Welcome back to the Prosperity with Purpose podcast. I'm Jessica Heffley. Do you want to get different results? Do you want to get different results? That's what we're talking about today. So, I coach a lot of people inside of the mentorship and just from personal relationships and lots of other areas where people are just, I see it, where they initially aren't getting the results that they wanted. And it's just easier to blame somebody else or say this isn't for me or this business doesn't work or this marriage doesn't work or money's not for me or I can't figure out my time. But there's 5 steps, 5 things that I believe I have seen in play over and over in my own life and other people's lives that they can be an active participant in creating a different result. Okay, so those 5 are acceptance, awareness, ownership, intentionality, and accountability. So let's go over those real quick and kind of like why this came up with me recently again. And that is because, okay, so recently, story of kind of background of my business. I have been at the top of network. I'm with Plexus Sword Wallet. I've been at the top for years. Like I've been with them for, oh, my dog's trying to get him. Been with them for over 9 years. And I've been at the top for like 8 of those. And so, I worked really, really hard, was really intentional, really aware, took a lot of ownership, a lot of accountability to build me to the top. And then slowly over time, I enjoyed the fruits of my labor. I enjoyed the income. I enjoyed the residual income. Enjoyed the time freedom. I just have really, really been enjoying my life. It's the best profession ever, actually. But I was noticing that my income was staying the same for a very long time, around the same for years and years and years and years, which, uh, what's the problem? There isn't a problem there, but there was recently from reading 10x is easier than 2x. It gave me this vision of how much larger my income impact could be, how much larger my income could be, how much larger my influence can be, and how much easier it actually could be. Vision, I believe, is a big piece for that. But first of all, in order for me to get there, I had to kind of go through some steps to create different results. Okay, for example, I have swept every single contest the company has ever put out since the very beginning. Since when I first started, I didn't get the very top tier of a leadership retreat prize, but ever since then, I have gotten every single prize Plexus has ever put out, except the last 2 contests. I did not sweep those contests. At first, I was like, oh, no big deal. And then the second one I didn't sweep, the most recent one I didn't sweep. And I was like, okay, nah. But then I started to be like, interesting. I mean, if I want to, one of my goals, I don't know what your goals is, but if one of my goals is to be one of the top 10 healthiest teams in the company forever. And I've been there for a long time, but I could sit there and say, I'm very mindful if I notice a lot of people complaining that aren't in the trenches. So I was noticing a lot of people complaining, but they weren't actually in the trenches doing the businesses. And I was like, interesting. I mean, their opinion may be valid, but I want to listen to the opinion of people who are in the trenches, which I wasn't currently in the trenches, but I am now, and it's easier than I ever thought. Anyways, so the 5 stages, here's an example of how I had to go through these to bring about different results. And I'm already getting different results in my company. Again, it's not a judgment of if my results are good or bad or if yours are good or bad. For me, I was just noticing that I would like to make some changes. I wasn't going to blame anybody else or my team's not doing this or company's not doing this or whatever. Like they actually are both very brilliant and very smart. What if the problem's not them? What if the problem is me? And so I had to start in the 5 things of acceptance, awareness, ownership, intentionality, and accountability. So I had to first accept where I was. This is the very foundational step. If you want to get different results, you have to come to a surrender and an acceptance of where you are. What does that look like for you in your business? You may not be a rank that you wished you were by now. You may not be at the income level you wished you were by now. Those weren't my problems. My problems were I'm staying about the same, and I'm reading and believing all these books that so much more is possible and 10x is easier than 2xing. Like I'm grasping the vision, but I have to accept where I am first. Okay. So I accepted where I was. Here is where I am. So I set up a meeting. This is really important for you, whether you're not liking the results in your business or maybe your marriage or your health or your money or your time. You have to have the acceptance of this is where we are. Not like, oh, I wish where we were. I don't want to, or I don't want to admit this is actually where I am right now because I'm embarrassed or I have shame or did. You have to. What if you could look at where you are right now with neutrality? It's not good or bad, no judgment, no condemnation. It's just the truth. And the truth is what is going to set you free. So you have to be able to see where you are right now, accept where you are. Like that's your red dot. That's where we're starting from. Do you know what the red dot concept is? If you remember those old school maps at the mall, or if you go to a really big new location, you'll find the map up and it'll be huge and it'll be on the wall and be a map of the entire location, but it will have this red dot next to it saying, you are here. And it's just such a great analogy of like, you have to know where you are right now in order to get to the destination you are trying to get to. Okay. So we like to call that red dot around here. So red dotting, having the acceptance of where you are. Next piece is awareness, having the awareness of what got you to where you are right now. Okay. Again, this is all with curiosity. Okay. Where you are right now in your business or your marriage or your health or your money or your time, there are contributing factors to got you to where you are right now. Okay. So you have to know what those factors are in order to the next step, take ownership. Okay, so back to awareness. So you have to know what contributed to this. Is it, um, again, with the acceptance and being honest, were you not identifying all the areas that could contribute to your success? Like a tangible example for this in marriage, like for example, awareness in marriage is one of the people, an addict is one of the people have a wound that they're just keep getting rewounded. Like some of your awareness may be, okay, this area isn't working. So where can we hire a coach, get some help, get some therapy, help find some inner healing, some freedom prayer to help. First of all, you have to have awareness of what is even contributing to the place you're at right now. Okay. Again, no judgment here. This is a very helpful activity that you can look at this from a place of neutrality. This is the truth. The truth will set you, denying the truth is going to keep you stuck. But the awareness. Okay. And then the ownership piece is you are a creator. What part did you contribute to where you are right now? Okay. Everything in your life is not everybody else's fault. You may not have had boundaries. You may not have had structure. You may not have had this. Like things are not just happening to you. You get to be a conscious creator. You play a part in the future that you are creating, which is so empowering, which then will lead you into, once you take ownership, which areas need to be intentional in and how to have accountability around that. Okay, back to my example. I was noticing I was about at the same rank for a really long time. Okay. And I was noticing that I wasn't sweeping contests anymore. Okay. So that was the acceptance, awareness of, I'm not sweeping contests anymore. I see that my top enrollers every month y'all, this is real life. Get out of here. Okay, my top enrollers weren't coming from my top three levels. I got lots of growth and lots of things happening and bustling in my level 6, 7s, 5, 6, and 7s, which is great for longevity. But if I want to be a top 10 healthiest team, I had to have awareness of why I wasn't growing. My dog, y'all. Sorry, Calvin, if you edit this, you can leave it in here if you want. I don't care. I think it's kind of funny. Okay. So the awareness. So I was noticing where I was, which was not growing. So I had to figure out, why am I not growing? Not, oh, it's the company's fault, or oh, it's my team's fault. They're not doing the things. Like, no, let's figure out the specific. If you're in a business, there are specific guardrails, specific pillars that have to have the time and attention in order for your business to grow. So I set up a meeting. They have amazing, they call them RSMs. They'll help you look at your numbers in your business. Okay. So I had to take awareness of what my numbers were. Okay. And so I got to see, oh my goodness, my retention percentage is really bad. Like comparative to the rest of the company, my retention percentages were pretty bad. So network marketing, basically all that means is when you bring somebody in, how long are they staying? If they're having great results on the product, if they're loving it, then they will stay longer. Okay. It's just retention. Like it's a beautiful piece about our company. Like I was totally missing it because our products genuinely work. They genuinely change people's lives. If people have a good first experience with them, the key is first experience with them, which I was not helping them do, then they will stay on it long term and it's residual and it's beautiful. But I had to have the awareness that, oh, my retention percentages are pretty stinky. Huh. Another awareness I had was I wasn't having a lot of rank ups in my level in or just in general comparative to other top performing teams in the company currently. I used to be there, but I wasn't currently, and so that helped me bring aware that okay, there's some pieces to duplication that we can bring attention to. And the last one was just recruiting. Like I was realizing there wasn't a lot of recruiting happening in my levels 1 through 3. Okay, so that was the awareness. Then I'm going to teach you. If you're in network marketing, I will tell you what I did specifically in this. If you're in a different profession, I call this the 3x3 list. Whether you're trying to work on your business, your marriage, your health, your money, or your time, what are 3 specific areas that you can take ownership in? Leaders are problem solvers. I believe leaders steer the ships in a different direction. Leaders don't just give up. They don't just say this isn't working. They accept, they have awareness of why they are in the situation that they are, and then they take ownership of very specific areas that they can move the needle in. Not counting on anybody else to do that, but where can they feel empowered to very clearly focus on 3 specific areas that will help them get a different result. Going back to my episode a couple weeks ago on shame and around restarting my arm exercises, don't be so obsessed with the end result. You got to commit to the process here. Okay. What is your 3 areas where you can commit to the process? So a tangible example for me, if I'm focusing on, I realized that I needed to increase recruiting, retaining, and duplication. Okay. So this is what I had all of my leaders do. I had this awareness of like, oh my goodness, here's the numbers. The numbers don't lie. This big sheet of numbers can feel incredibly overwhelming, or I can get real clear and real focused on 3 specific areas that I want to recommit to the process to see the needle move in. Okay. So I took my 3. So my example, mine was recruit, retain, and duplicate. And then out of each of those 3, I thought of 3 tangible things I can do within each of those 3 categories that will help that area where I can be, here's the next step, intentionality, where I can be intentional in those specific areas. Again, you got to be clear. You got to be focused on this. If you're going to 10x your life and 10x your business, you can't be like, oh, I'm going to do this, and this, and this, and this. And oh, I've got all these messages over here. And oh, I want to go do this. No, I love making that noise. You have to stay clearly focused on the most important things. Intentionally focused on the most important things. So if you're curious, just for example, of my personal example that I'm sharing here. Okay, so recruitment. I was noticing I wanted more recruitment in my first 3 levels. Now you may be opposite in your team. You may be having lots of growth in your first 2 levels, but you're not having growth in your lower levels. So for you, that awareness would be, oh, okay, duplication isn't happening to my lower levels. Let's make sure my systems are in place and that things are being duplicated down lower. Okay, for me, that was happening. It had been so long since we had really focused on bringing in new business builders, new people to this opportunity, which we are steering that ship, and and I'll get that in a second. We are redoing everything to make that as simple and seamless as possible for new people to come in to automated systems to help it simple and easy for them to succeed quickly. Okay, because I hadn't had my eyes on this in a while. I was just coasting, which is a beautiful piece of this profession. But again, I am a leader. And so, you are a leader. Leaders, when they notice something, when they accept, are aware, take ownership, they can intentionally steer the ship in a different direction. Okay, back to my 3: recruit, retain, duplicate. So for recruit, when I noticed that I needed to have more recruitment in my first 4 levels. Here's my 3 things that I am focusing on, or I'm committing to the process of. Okay, is having more education around teaching people how to reach out, follow up, and close. Okay, those are skills in network marketing. Most people don't know how to do that. We can say, hey, invite people all day long, but if we're not teaching them tangible tips on what to say, how to say it, working on their thoughts, working on their confidence, giving them examples, repeat that training. Another thing was having a regular event that we can invite prospects to hear about our business opportunity, to hear about our products, to have that be something a part of our culture and not just throw it on a team page or tell everybody about it one time, but repeat, having that be a part of your culture to help people recruit. The last one, another one was really focusing on that month's corporate incentives. Corporate oftentimes puts out a fun, just extra incentive. Our compensation plan is freaking phenomenal. Like there's nothing else out there like it. But every once in a while, they throw on some icing on the cake. And I'm like, why aren't we really capitalizing on it? For example, in the month of April, they could earn a free walking pad, okay, by helping 3 people get started in developing one new silver. That means helping somebody make $300. Like that is, those are great skills to grow your business. And you get one of those like really cool walking pads that you can put under your desk. You can walk inside, like that's really cool. And so just really refocusing on those 3 areas will help my recruitment numbers go back up. Okay. My retain category, the 3 under my retain category were have more education around Pivotal. I'll tell you these and then I'll explain them. I guess if you're not familiar with Plexus, do what's relevant to you. If you're not familiar with Plexus, you can learn more about our company because it's freaking amazing. Sorry, I keep saying that because it really is. It's so amazing. But okay, so retain. My 3 were educate on subscription perks and our Pivotal app, have more customer care, and have more product training. Let me explain those a little bit. Okay, so to keep people in and keep them reordering, you have to help them have, a great experience. So you can't have them just order and just hope it goes well. But so I have really put a lot of attention to detail. And with my assistant, we have come up with a customer care tech sequence. So everything, again, automation, making things simpler. When people join, they will automatically get text like day 1, day 3, day 5 on, hey, we're so excited that you're here. Here's what Plexus helped me with. What are you looking for? Plugging them into our team page where they can find community and resources and get their questions asked. It helps them explain how to get started on their products, helps them understand that consistency is so important, and 90 days of letting your body adjust. It talks about what happens if your body experiences some detox, because we are the original gut health company. So sometimes you're going to experience a little bit of detox. That's such a good sign. Like you may get a headache, or you may feel a little bit tired for a little bit, or you may feel a little bit sluggish before you feel awesome. Okay. And that is such a good sign that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's killing off that candida yeast in your body. It is helping flush out old things in your body to bring ultimate health and wholeness. Okay. But if they don't know that, then if no one's helping them figure out how to change their dosage, or that is a normal part of the process, then they'll just quit. And so just really focusing in on me doing that and teaching my team how to have customer care, help them have a great experience, help to send them product education so they know all the other amazing products that we have to offer, not just what came in their original welcome pack, sending them some testimonies that show people who have had success with things that they are dealing with, third party validation. These are simple steps that we have really honed in on to make that better. Subscription and perks. Like I wasn't really focusing on how awesome when you can have a subscription on in our company. It's optional, but if you have it on, you can earn free products. Like you literally, after your first order, you can earn free products to take. If you have your subscription on, it goes every month, but you can edit it, you can change the date, you can take products on, take products off, but you earn free products. And we have an app called Pivotal, which is full of healthy recipes, exercises, support for a healthy lifestyle, and it's all free. It's a free app. It's called the Go app, but Pivotal is a program within that. I'm now making sure everybody knows about that program because it's going to help them get the health results they signed up for in the first place. And then product education is just training more on the products. Everybody usually knows what they ordered to start off with, but they don't know that we also, like they may have ordered Triplex, the original gut health system that helps with reducing balancing your blood sugar, reducing inflammation, and combating candida yeast, their gut. Okay, that's the meta of everything else that's going on in their health is goes back to that. But they may not know that we have a clean energy drink called Active. They may not know that we have a hydration drink that does not have the fillers and the colors and sugar, but actually tastes good and does its job. They may not know that we have an Ease, which is a natural potent anti-inflammatory supplement, or Nerve that literally helps regrow your nerves. People who have debilitating chronic nerve pain, we have a supplement that takes that away for people. Okay, they may not know we have a kids line, that we have a skincare line, all focusing on clean ingredients, all focusing on the gut. We have a greens product. We have collagen. Y'all, we ain't getting any younger. Okay. And your collagen levels decrease every year as you get older. Let's replenish that. Okay. So by doing that, by focusing more on that, it's helping to retain customers. They're finding more products, or their multivitamin or X Factor. They were already buying one from somebody else, anyways, and now they can buy it from themselves and earn money on their own products. Like, duh. And so just taking ownership, that I had put in this information out on a whim on my team page every once in a while, but now I am intentionally focusing on this retain pillar. I'm intentionally focusing on educating about subscription perks in the Pivotal app, having a customer care follow up system, and educating more on the products with intention. Okay, that's my responsibility for my team to educate them about this. I think oftentimes everyone's else like, well, that's somebody else's responsibility, or that's my boss's responsibility, or that's my sponsors or my upline's responsibility. No, you are a leader of your team. The areas of focus that your team needs may be different from theirs, but you get to intentionally focus on where you're going to commit to steer the ship in a different direction. Which leads me to my third pillar. My third pillar was duplication. And so my three areas of intentional focus within the duplication pillar are going to be about around the referral link, around our Fast Start program, and around going silver in 6 days. Okay. Let me explain that a little bit more. Okay, so referral link, having more education, more conversations around people when they join, they have a referral link. Like, everyone joins as a VIP customer and they get a referral link. They can share it or not. If they share it, they'll get product credit, or they can upgrade to brand ambassador after they share it and start getting cash. So they can work the business or not even work the business, but still get cash to pay enough for their products, or cash for this or that. I don't care what you do with the cash, but you love your products, or you get some accountability partners, or you have some other people getting healthy with you, you should be rewarded for that. That's the beauty of this profession. But whether you go all in or not, you still get rewarded, which is so awesome. Like, why haven't I been talking about that? Probably because I've been focusing on this, and just throwing fairy dust to the air without having intentional focus to steer the ship in a new direction. So we're educating way more on the referral link. Our Fast Start program is phenomenal, meaning someone shares a referral link 3 times. And if they do that, they get a promotion to silver and a $100 bonus. But if they do that within 30 days of the first time they share, then that's doubled. It's $200. And that's with every single rank in our company. If they do it within a certain timeline, each rank gets more time to do it. Then their bonus is doubled. I mean, people need to know that. People will go chase that or go after that or have a goal to do that if they don't even know about it. And then we also have like a really great program that helps people go silver, hit that first rank in their first 6 days. 6 days worth of videos that goes through the very specific things to do, to share, to post, to reach out, to get that silver bonus within a week. Like, we already had that in place. I just needed to intentionally focus on bringing that in front of more people on a regular basis. Okay, do you see what I'm saying here? A 3x3 list. 3 different areas, and then 3 tangible things within each area that you can focus on to move the needle, to get different results, right? Because we're not sitting on the couch saying this isn't working. We are leaders. We don't just give up. We are problem solvers. And taking yourself through this process will help you get different results, which leads me to the last one, number 5, accountability. Okay, so you've already had the acceptance of where you are, the awareness of why you're there in the first place, what got you there. taking ownership of the things that you can control, the things that you can help steer the ship in a different direction in, and then intentionally focusing on those, intentionally committing to the process with those. And then the last step is accountability. Okay, don't just do all this and just be like, hey, made my 3x3 list. Peace out. No, have some accountability, whether that's from your upline, your boss, hiring the coach, someone that will help you stay accountable. Have some sort of system. What are you doing? What is your goal each week to tangibly focus on this intentional list? For example, that I did for my team to help hold them accountable to this, I taught my senior rubies and above, my high ranking, my jewels, my emeralds, sapphires, and diamonds. I taught them all this. I shared my story of like I wasn't I wanted to I wanted to take ownership and change my results, and I walked them through this entire process of things that I did. And so I helped them get clear on their 3x3 list. I empowered them that they could steer the ship of their team in a different direction. I empowered them to even know their numbers, to have their eyes on those, to know why they are where they are. Okay. So I had them, I taught them all of this, and then I empowered them. If you're all watching me on YouTube, I have these like beautiful pearl J. Crew hoop earrings. I like love them. I wear them all the time. They're like classy. They can dress them up, dress them down. They're just like really classic, really beautiful. And I said, look, all you got to do is get real clear about what your 3x3 list is. And you have until next Saturday to at least start doing something about each one of those things. Okay. And then if they did that, then I got them some J. Crew earrings. Like I'm just helping them intentionally focus on their 3x3 list, help empower them that they can commit to the process. They can take ownership of where they are, but they can also help create different results for their future. And it's gone really well. It's helped people not feel like, oh, I'm just doing all these things and nothing is working. No, let's figure out what isn't working and why, and what you can specifically and tangibly do it to create a different result. So that was just a simple way that I held them accountable. And that was in April. And then today I just texted them all out. We're 2 days away from the new month of May right now as I'm recording this. And I just reminded them of that call, reminded them to go watch that call again, reminded them to refresh their 3x3 list as we're heading into a new month on where to spend your focus and your intentionality. So there's the process. You can get different results. You can create different results for your life. You are not a victim. And those 5 steps again are acceptance, awareness, ownership, intentionality, and accountability. So go create a different result for your life. You have the ability to create a different result.